It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Washington. It's the Vikings and the Commanders on Sunday night.
For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass is incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Cook again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. The one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back to Robinson now on first down. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 2nd and 5. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Straight ahead, Gibson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well defensed right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll set up a throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
He threw the interception last time out. Certainly not the way he wanted to start this playoff game. So now he's got to try to erase that memory, start over here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got to hook up to Lazard. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll set up to throw. Flushed out. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll look to throw. Able to find Lazard. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give to Cook out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They go play action here on first down. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Chase Young showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll drop to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick slant, Dotson. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Off the option, here's Robinson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Robinson with another carry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Completion here to Claypool. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. Out to the left, and it's a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They're going to look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
The Commanders' offense returning to the field. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a first down here. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A give up the middle to Gibson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. 2nd and 4. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 52 yards rushing for him now. A strong performance here in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from a yard out. And the Commanders have struck first in this NFC title game. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Again, it's Robinson. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with third and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That one caught by Gibson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Hand off now to Robinson. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 79 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Right side, Claypool's got it. Touchdown! Chase Claypool
from 19 yards away.
And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive.
And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch.
Free kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Chase Young
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, They've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Chase Young able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your line and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road in a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January. Do you think that's a big deal?
Ordinarily, I say no, but in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. If you're coming from a warm weather place and, even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate the conditions they expect come game day.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw.
Blitz again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, Robinson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence, haven't allowed a point yet, flying to the football. It's almost 11 to the ball. Every snap. Another nice job here to force an incompletion.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
They run. Robinson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And the return man will shuffle through the white stuff, secure the fair catch with both hands. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game win.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget.
I believe they've buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Back to throw again as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the Battle of the Sea. He will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Cincinnati Bengals are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half.
And now off to the races down the right side. The 20, 10. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr. with his second touchdown of the night. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
The extra point up and good, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They run again on first down. Cook. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Holding. Offense.
And they get the guard, John Runyon.
Cook following the penalty. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. Again, it's Cook.
And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a fourth down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Washington offense set to take over. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He'll get this to about the 38.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot him. Now the Vikings now heading onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play.
And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They drop it for a 2nd straight play.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here, they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And out now come the Vikings.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at about the 14. Good footwork at the 30. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. 2nd and 9 now.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now back to throw.
And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
This pass hauled in by Dotson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop?
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll get this to Lazard. 2nd and 6. And complete right side to Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Well, Brandon, we can see that play developing. They were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Tackle made by Chase Young.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Back to throw here. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll run again here with Robinson. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll run the option left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. 187 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl. Robinson up the middle.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2nd and 5. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And now here's another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Robinson with another carry.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
Man, 216 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. A give left side to Robinson.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. He'll look to throw.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll set up to throw.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Toss play to Robinson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll drop to throw. Fighting for the end
zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Eluding the pressure right. And the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why. And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl. And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. An extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest. Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days. Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll drop to throw. Got a man, that's Lazard. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's Ryan Wright now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And some room to work.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.